All right, so I've been trying to figure out what I should say, what I shouldn't say, but this is a non-spoiler review of Picard. So first off, I thought cinematography in this is awesome. You get to see a lot of places on Earth in a different light that you didn't get to see before. Um, you see things that are clearly taken, like devices, architecture, stuff like that, that's clearly taken from Next Generation. So the people were saying, oh, they're just going to reuse all the Discovery assets. I'm glad to say they didn't. They did reuse some. I caught a couple parts in there where they were using some models and stuff. And if that's what they got to do to keep the show afloat, to keep money, uh, pulled back, so they don't have to like keep doing whatever, use up money and stuff. I'm fine with that. I mean, they did that in the original Next Generation. We saw Excelsior class, we saw um, Miranda class and stuff, and those ships would have been 100 years old. And since then, the fandom has figured out ways to explain why those ships are still around, apparently. Even though a lot of us think it's ridiculous, but it's just an asset that they're reusing. So at the end of the day, not a big deal. The show does have a very next gen look in the places that I've seen so far. Um, I like so the show is a social commentary piece. It is very much trying to mirror what is going on today and say something about it, I feel. Now, it's the first episode, we're just now getting into it, but it's not like super loud. So don't worry if you're like worried about it just being that. It's not. There is a story being told that connects all the way back to the original Next Generation. So that's cool. And on the thing I was worried about is having a Captain Picard that would be a very bitter, cranky old man. Like, I heard he's going to be a very different person. He is a different person, but the thing I think was always important about him was his morals and values. And I'm glad to say that those still seem to be intact. So they have devised a way to bring back this character in a meaningful way, telling what I think is a meaningful story and very much a Trek story. And I'm very happy to say I liked it very, very much. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead. The one thing I really love about the show is there's a underlying importance of understanding history. And I'm not just talking about Star Trek history, I'm talking about history. Like, they actually talk about things from World War II and stuff that happened that kind of like make points in this show. So I thought that was a really nice touch. So, anyways, Star Trek Picard so far, first episode, gets a pretty great thumbs up for me. So tomorrow we'll do the spoiler cast. We'll get a little bit more into detail and stuff like that. And yeah, you guys have a good night. See you later. Bye.